What is up, combat sports fans? This is Tudor Leonte for Sherdog here, and today it's my honor to introduce the four-time heavyweight K1 champion and living combat sports legend, Semmy Schilt. Hello, sir. Welcome on Sherdog. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine, man. Thank you.
Where are you right now? Are you in at your house, at your home?
Yes, I'm now in the house. Yes.
Are you still living in the Netherlands?
Yes, I'm living in the Netherlands. Yes.
How is the situation over there? I mean, I live in Europe as well. I'm hearing, some contracts reports about the situation in the Netherlands right now.
Yeah, it's really bad at this moment. There are many people in the hospital. The hospitals cannot handle it, and now the gyms, supermarkets, all how do you say that? Non-necessary things. They have to close at 5 o'clock in the evening, and they can start at 5 o'clock.
So it's going to be a new lockdown over there?
It's a half a lockdown.
Ooh.
You know, from 5 o'clock, everything is closed.
No, I understand. Yeah, I mean, overall, the situation, it is what it is. Hopefully, we'll manage to get out of it sooner or later. But I noticed that you adapted, to modern times. Let's put it like this. I saw that you are currently delivering a lot of online classes.
Yes, when the first lockdown comes, I did a lot of online classes. That was okay, but yeah, it's still not the real thing. The best thing is go together. Sparring on the pads, making contact. It's all about sport. Is about making contact. And then that is not possible. So it's really bad. But the online thing, yeah, it is what it is, and it's good that it's there because I still have people who are doing that. So I'm very grateful I can do that. Also for myself, because I can keep working.
Yeah, I mean, I was quite impressed. It's not that common to see someone, who has been in the combat sports field for decades to adapt so well to, modern technologies and, to online. Consider that the real world and online sometimes are a little bit different, as you said.
Yeah, yes, of course, the standard is different. When I give a live lesson, it's about to punch, you're gonna correct everything, but you cannot do that online. It's just good that people are moving, and this is the starting point. You let them move, you let them work together, and then when they're coming into the gym, of course I can correct them. But sometimes it's better to let them, because they are doing something for the health. They feel good. So why should I say, you have to punch like this or you have to turn your hand like that? Sometimes it's not necessary.
Yeah, I understand. So I would like to discuss a little bit about your MMA career, and consider that we are now on an American combat sport website. I would like to recall the fact that you fought twice in the UFC back in 2001, I believe. You scored an amazing KO against Pete Williams, and then you were submitted by Josh Barnett. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that was the first time you fought in the United States in your career. Is that right?
Yes. With UFC, I fought the first time in the United States. Yes.
Yeah. Did you like your experience in the UFC overall?
Yeah, it was a good experience. Yeah, it was more professional than I was used to, Ooh. And it was different. It was different. The fans were different. I was used to fight in Japan. That's also very good organized. But what I said different. In Japan, all the family coming to the event. In America, it was more like the gambling scene. What I saw, So I was in Atlantic City. It was, and there were a lot. Also, there was a lot of gambling going on, and yeah, it was different.
Yeah, and I believe, I don't know if this is just, you know, a stereotype, but I believe that usually the Japanese fans are really quiet, or enjoy, you know, just make some noise when it's the right moment. And while overall the American fans are more noisier. Did you feel that difference when you fight in America?
No, I did not feel the difference. In Holland, it's even worse, you know.
Oh.
So it was, America was a little bit like Holland, the fans.
Okay.
You know, they were loud, and yeah, it was a good atmosphere.
Yeah, European fans can be loud as well. You're right.
Yes.
Did the UFC try to keep you at the time?
I don't know. I had a management at that time, you know, and I could go to the other organization, to Pride. Actually, I was the king of Pancras. I was the champion of Pancras, and then the UFC. I could go to the UFC. I had an offer of 3 fights, with the third fight a title fight, and then I lost from Josh Burnett, so that was out of the window. And then they broke the contract, and I fight in the Pride.
Oh, I understand. Yeah, I mean, yes, but at the time, I believe Pride was, you know, the top, and you already were introduced to Japan audiences. I believe it was quite an experience for you. Also, don't get me wrong, but I at the time, Pride had the best heavyweight roster in the world.
Yeah, I fight Fedor. I fight in the Pride. I fight Nogueira. So Cam McGee, I fought also in the tournament. So I had a good experience also in the Pride.
Besides your MMA career, you also started competing in kickboxing, right? In those years, 2001, 2002. What made you test yourself in that combat sport?
Originally, I'm coming from the karate. I did a lot of karate tournaments, and then I started in the Daijuku karate, of the Kudo karate, what is now. And there was karate with mixed fights, mixed martial arts in it. And from that on, I went to the UFC, to the Pancras and the UFC. And then I got an offer to fight in a mixed event with kickboxing and also UFC and also MMA. And then they let me fight against, I think it was Musashi was the first fight I had in the kickboxing. So that was the first kickboxing experience that I had. And of course, I trained a little kickboxing in Holland also. But actually, I trained karate and I trained floor work, groundwork for the MMA. So then I started to doing kickboxing, and that was a lot more easier, because you have to train half so much, you know. Otherwise, you have to train for stand up and for the groundwork, and now you only have to only train for the stand up.
So, did you enjoy just the striking part, just fighting on the feet?
Yes, I enjoyed. Yes.
Yes. Yeah, but I believe. I mean, you're coming from the Netherlands. The Netherlands have this unbelievable kickboxing school. They are this unbelievable, great striking school in general. I was actually pretty surprised, because you look good on, you know, in grappling as well. Where did you get the chance to train in grappling?
I did really basic, just judo.
Okay.
I went to when I started with the Dairyuku, with the karate, with the MMA karate, like that. You know, I started with judo, and in judo I always fought from the back. I let them get me in the hold, and then I tried to escape, and that's actually what I did. And sometimes we joke about it. You know, it's like the karate MMA. Karate MMA is grab the wrists and hold the wrists until the referee said stand up. And that's basically what mostly time I did. You know, I did consolate. I hold them. I did not let them choke me or let them get my arms. And then in the end, yeah, we have to stand up. And I know my conditioning is good. So then when we're gonna get them to stand up, I get my chance again.
Yeah, but at the time, perhaps in Europe, it was almost impossible to train in something like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I don't know, were there any Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu schools, you know, when you started competing in MMA, for example?
No, there was because Remco Padul had his gym and they did jiu-jitsu, but I did not. Just did judo. Judo and what I did when I went to the punkers, when I were fighting in the punkers, I always go to the magazine shop, you know, get all the magazines with the MMA, with the fighting in it. I buy a lot of books also in Japanese. I can't read it, but I can watch the pictures, you know. So from there, I take a lot of groundwork.
You had quite a successful kickboxing career. Who is the opponent you liked the most? You know, the one that you faced and you liked the most when you had to fight him on the ring?
There was in the punkers also with Funaki. I thought Funaki was a real champion. Then I had to fight him, and I beat him with a lever punch. So this was a really good for me.
Okay, Funaki. Okay, yeah, that was quite, you know, it's quite an interesting choice. But in 2012, I mean, that I was not expecting that. I will be honest with you, but still.
Yeah, I think so.
In 2012, you defeated Daniel Gitze, and then you never fought again. It was reported that it had to do with a sort of heart condition. Is there any truth in that?
That is true. Yeah, it's true, but I think it's a little bit different. You know, I think it was a lot of. I was also tired of the kickboxing, of how it went with the management and with the organizations and what they all did. You know, I was a little tired of it, and then came the heart problem. It was real. You know, I got 2 operations on that, but I think it has had to do with that. You know, it was just a sign from God. Say, okay, Sam, do something else, man, because this you're not going to be happy in this. So that's why I stopped.
How are you feeling right now?
At the moment, I'm okay. It's still working.
Obviously, I mean, we're talking about Italy. I'm glad to, you know, I'm glad to hear that at least you can, you know, you are training, you are giving classes. So I believe you're quite well.
Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah, I'm okay. And you know, and like look what the Glory is offering now for Rico. Of course, Rico has a very good contract, I think. You know, with a lot of sponsoring. But he fight maybe 1 time a year, 2 times a year maximum. For me, that doesn't work. You know, I want to fight every 2 months. You know, and this is what I did, and this is what I want to do. And if that's not possible, it's better to stop and get a real job.
I'm guessing that. I mean, you had quite a real job. Don't be modest. But are you still following the sport, right? Are you still watching Glory? Are you still following kickboxing in general?
No, I watched it a little. It's not like I'm really I know all the fighters, but when something interesting happened, I want to see it. Yes.
Do you like any of the young fighters? Do you like anyone in particular? You know, perhaps that reminds of yourself.
No, not then the one who reminds of myself. You know, there's a Moroccan fighter, the Hamsha. I think this is a really nice fighter to watch. Yeah, and maybe there are more, you know, but that this is also. I train also with these guys from Brazil, you know, with Bruno Gazzani. He fought in Glory 2 times, you know, 1 time he win, 1 time now he lost last time. I think it is interesting to watch, but I have to know the guys, you know, then it's more fun to watch.
Would you have loved to say goodbye to your fans with a fight in the Netherlands?
No, I don't know. For me, I don't think it's very important to say goodbye.
Okay.
You know, for me, no. I always fight for myself, you know, and this is also what I told myself. And of course, maybe sometimes they say, Sam, you take a fight, and honestly, I think can still fight, but I don't have the interest to do it. You know, I don't want to make the sacrifices I did. I don't want to make them again for just for a fight, and I don't want to go into a fight and knowing that I did not do anything to win this fight. I don't want to compete in this way, so I'm not ready for it yet.
So are you, I believe you are telling me that you actually considered returning fighting again after your retirement.
Sometimes it goes to my head, yes, but I cannot make the sacrifices I make before, like I make before, and I have to be also realistic about it. The training will be different. The whole system is different. They fight different. I don't have the interest to do it. You know, they can come to my dojo. I can kick their ass. That's no problem.
No,
but
please no. Okay.
to do it for the job, I don't like it.
Yeah, I understand. I understand what you are telling here. Well, I mean, yeah, it's something, you know, to have such an amazing career. I believe, you know, for someone to, you know, to hang the gloves from one day to the other, it can't be easy, but you know, it's your life, your choices. So fans should be grateful for all the amazing fights you delivered over the years.
But this is also what I like really now, because now I'm watching more from the distance, and now the fans becoming more meaningful. You know, sometimes I come somewhere, they want to have the autograph, they want to make a picture, and then they say, I loved your fight, you know. And of course, that this is what I like, you know. But when I was fighting, there was a lot of bad talking about I'm just a tall guy, you know, who can win, and I have no technique, and all this kind of shit. You know, I don't want to measure with this.
Yeah, you're right. I guess it's part of every champion's career that some people will always try to, you know, to downsize a champion's achievement.
Yeah, maybe, maybe, but my fans are not so loud, you know. My fans are keep quiet, and then you see only the negative things, and then I think, for the fans, I don't have to do it. But now, when I hear later, you know, I say, I really like to fight this and that. They're like, that's nice. Done is done.
So listen, before you say something about finding a real job, you joke about that, obviously. But I would like to ask you here, how did you land your job as a referee for Senshi?
This was, I was asked to be a referee, you know, and I did a referee course when I was younger for a karate referee. I did a course of that. And of course, I know how it works in the ring. So when Senshi asked me to do that, I was honored. I think, yeah, I like it. It's a good idea. I like it. So that's why I started refereeing.
Are you enjoying it, doing it?
Yes, but I also think it's a big responsibility, you know, because the fights are in the ring. They're giving everything, and you have to make sure it goes in the right direction. So it's also, I think, a big responsibility.
How is it for you to be now the third man on the ring? Usually you are the one competing and you have the referee. Now you're the referee and you are watching other fighters competing.
Yeah, sometimes I get also a little bit into the fight, but this is normal, you know, because as a fighter, I know some things, you know. I know when you kick someone in the crunch or in the cross, it's not necessarily always an accident. And I think I recognize these things very fast in the ring when someone is, you know, playing dirty tricks, you know, and I really hate that. So in that moment, I sometimes get too emotionally involved, but usually it is going okay. You know, I'm there. I know it's about the fighters. It's about the judges. They have to decide. And many times in the fights I fought, is the referee who really fucks me up. You know, they give me a warning. They give me another warning. They give me another warning. and I say, oh, look, we're two guys, and you give me a warning because of, for example, for clinching or for holding. If it's holding, there are two people holding, not only one. You know, if the other one's coming only in front of me without doing anything, and he touched me, and I'm holding, and I get the warning, that it's influencing the fight. So I try to be a referee who don't have the influence in the fight. I just guide the fight.
In your opinion, what's the most delicate part of a referee's job?
The most delicate part?
Yes.
To be without judging. You just have to guide the guys. You know, you don't judge. And that's why it's a little bit confronting when there's dirty fighter. I really have to work on myself in that.
So right now, Senshi is having an upcoming event. You said that you took part in several Senshi events as a referee. What do you like about that promotion?
It's a pure fighting promotion. It's from the karate background. This is also what I like very much. And also the Senshi rules, they're a little bit different than the kickboxing rules, you know, with the elbows. It's getting a little bit more rough. I like it. I like it very much.
Can you please elaborate on that? I mean, you said that the rules are a little bit different. Let's say, you know, for a general audience, what's the main difference between kickboxing rules and Senshi rules?
The main difference is, I think also this has to do with the referees, you know, because me, Peter Arts, and the rest of those are mainly the referees. We sometimes we are a little bit between the lines, you know, and I think this is what a fight makes a fight spectacular. And sometimes you have to allow something, you know, to let the fights go on. And I think this is what Senshi does. It's not like black and white, you know, it has a gray area. And I think this is very exciting.
Okay, so right now, what are your plans for the future obviously after Senshi 10?
My plans for the future, I'm having my own gym in Zuid-Laren, and this I'm working on. You know, I still develop. I have my own system. Also with this online training, I make a whole like system of it. You know, that could be commercialized. But I just keep working. You know, working is winning. That is what I always say. So at this moment, I'm still working hard on the gym, and that will be go on.
Okay, thank you very much, sir, for your time. It was such a pleasure for me and an honor. I hope to hear again from you in the future, and I wish you the best for your upcoming projects.
Okay, thank you very much.
Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Yes, bye-bye.